being here today. I have a talk for you about solving CAPTCHAs for fun. I mean, it will not be that much funny talk, but I will try my best. So, who am I? Hello, my name is Kamil, and you probably know me, but currently I work in the application security, and I do mostly like offensive web hacking, and mainly like ethical hacking. I am newly a WASP Czech chapter leader since last WASP meeting in Prague. And if you want to follow me, there is a couple of links where you can find me. So what the talk will be about, I want to kind of show you what is CAPTCHA and what are like the top vendors there, and how the CAPTCHA is solving problem of credential stuffing and protecting logging and registrations, and what can you do, how you can kind of deploy it. And then we will look how we can bypass CAPTCHAs and if they really work or if they really protect the website as the vendor says so. I decided in the end to not make the talk really technical, so there is pretty much no technical details. I will be more focusing on like the basics, how it works. So consider this kind of like introduction into the CAPTCHAs. Because like the topic is so broad and the research I'm doing, I will probably release like blog post and do some like bigger write-up, but no promises, don't have much time to do that. So you might remember, like for the past 10, 20 years, there was a lot of CAPTCHAs or on many websites, and there were like a lot of different implementations. Some developers or some websites that really went crazy with like the text distortion and with the backgrounds. So most of the time it was like really hard to even recognize what you should type, how you should solve the CAPTCHA. And yeah, there was like no standard, so everyone was rolling their own implementation. And they were not really that great because at the time, like you could use the OCR software to kinda make the background like white and black and just read the text most of the times. If you remember like old PHP times, like PHP BB bulletin forums, this was like part of the administration. So if you wanted to have the CAPTCHA on the forum, you could upload your own font, you could change like the distortion, and you could tweak the background and what so on. And it was mainly like GD, PHP library, and it was really common, so everyone was using the same library, just different fonts, different backgrounds, and different distortions. But to start from the beginning, we need to like know what is the CAPTCHA and why we are solving CAPTCHAs every day. So CAPTCHA is in fact the acronym. It stands for like completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. The term was coined in early 2000s, so the CAPTCHA is kinda 23 years old. And the biggest person behind the CAPTCHA is Louis von Ahn, who at the time was PhD student at the university. And with his professor, Manuel Blum, they were working on CAPTCHA proof of concept. They decided to like do opposite of the Turing test, because if you are doing Turing test, you as the person, you create and do some couple of tasks to recognize if you are talking with computer or with human. They did the opposite. The computer itself was designed like serving you the task to recognize if the computer is speaking with human or not. And the Louis, he later founded the reCAPTCHA company, which is pretty much the thing that everyone is solving today. So to look at the origins, in September 2000, the chief scientist from Yahoo had a call with the people from Carnegie Mellon University, Because Yahoo at the time had the problem that people were like automatically joining to the chat rooms and sending like spam links, selling Viagra and whatnot. And they also were registering in bulk Yahoo emails for free and using that to send spam and to abuse them to do later registrations. So he contacted the professor, doctor from the Carnegie Mellon University, and told them that they are facing this problem. And the professor kind of did brainstorming, and they decided to go with some task that will be really difficult for a computer, but kind of easy for humans to solve. And he started working with a bunch of the students. One of them was the Louis that I mentioned. And they registered the CAPTCHA.net domain and created proof of concept. So at the time, they have two versions. They have Gimpy and Bongo. Gimpy was text-based, so they were using the standard dictionary from the English dictionary, and they did choose like 750 words. And they were showing a bunch of the words, and you had to type them. And they were also using the Bongo, which did display series of like symbols or images, and you pretty much had to click on the correct symbols in the correct sequence. So this is pretty much the proof of concept in the 2001. How did it look? So in the Gimpy, they showed you like 7 different words, and you had to type correctly at least 2 of them. So even the distortion was kind of crazy sometimes, you still had to recognize at least 2 words. There was also the Gimpy, like the easy Gimpy, where you could tweak the settings and you could just serve 1 or 2 words or any words how you look, like anything you wanted. And the Bongo, you have like the symbols at the left, symbol at the right, and each sequence of the symbols was kind of different. And to solve the CAPTCHA, you saw the 3 or 4 symbols, and you had to click on them if they belong to the left or to the right category. So this was the proof of concept they did for Yahoo. Yahoo decided to go with the Gimpy, and they went with the easy Gimpy, and that was for what they were using for many years to come on the login and registration. And at the time, it kind of solved the problem for them. So to recap kind of how CAPTCHA started, Yahoo had a problem in the 2000s. They contacted the university, the guy started working on it. And the student who was working on that, he started, after completing the PhD, he started the reCAPTCHA company. And when, like after first year of the company, more than 100 million of CAPTCHA were served or solved every day. And that basically got the attention from Google, and Google immediately acquired the company. And they changed the way how Gimpy and Bongo worked. And then they kind of introduced many of the different versions, from reCAPTCHA 1, reCAPTCHA version 2, to the reCAPTCHA version 3. But we are mainly using still the reCAPTCHA version 2, which is like most used CAPTCHA nowadays. So let's look at the CAPTCHA vendors. As I said, like reCAPTCHA is pretty much the player number 1. So if you look at the distribution from 1 million of the websites, pretty much everyone is using reCAPTCHA. And if you look kind of on the distribution of the most visited websites, reCAPTCHA still have like 97% of the market. There is also the company called HCAPTCHA. They kind of have some of the share, and there is also the Turnstile from the Cloudflare. You can see pretty much that just Google is asking you if you are not a robot, and the Intuition Machines and Cloudflare, they are asking you if you are human. And everyone is moving to like the invisible CAPTCHA or just one-click CAPTCHA. But I will talk about that later. So do you know all 3 of them? I mean, they are not that common. But let's start with the reCAPTCHA. So pretty much they took the original Gimpy proof of concept, and instead of like getting the words from dictionaries, they started using like free workforce and the users to pretty much digitize New York Times newspapers and later the books. So like the users of the Google, users of the websites were solving the CAPTCHAs. They were solving like 2 words, and they were able within like 2 or 3 years to pretty much decipher like tens or like hundreds of thousands of the books. They even started using like Google Translate, so they were translating the word, and people like translated thousands and tens of thousands of the books that are currently available in Google Books library. And people were also able really quickly to digitalize like millions of the articles from the New York Times newspapers. So Google was pretty much out of the data really quickly. So they started adding like the photographs from the Google Street Views, because they were kind of doing the mapping. And sometimes you could see like describe the number you see, or describe the, I don't know, the name of the address, and so on. And that's pretty much how Google is currently like #1 in the Google Maps, and with the precision they have, because they use like people all around the world to help them like get the maps to the product that they have now. Then they went with the Bongo, but instead of clicking on the symbols, they started training their machine learning models. So people help them to recognize like if there is like traffic light or if there is crosswalk. And again, like all of us are working for free to help Google with the AI and with the machine learning. And they are doing this like for mainly like image recognitions, for like getting the Google Street View. But also there is some rumors that they are like working currently on some like autonomous cars that will drive, but not sure about that. So just to recap everything, pretty much when they introduced like the reCAPTCHA version 1, it was kind of really too easy to bypass. You just need like OCR that was available. Then they released like the version 2. The version 2 that was released in 2014, that's pretty much what we see until today, like every day. They also have the invisible reCAPTCHA, but it will invisible do some background checks, and if it thinks that you are not a human, it will fall back to the reCAPTCHA version 2. And they also have like enterprise version, reCAPTCHA version 3, and that is pretty much opposite of the CAPTCHA. They are not serving you any challenge. They just send to the backend like percentage or the score if they think that you are human or not. And then it's on the developer, on the application, what they do with the result. And pretty much everyone will just, I don't know, request 2-factor authentication, or they will fall back to the reCAPTCHA version 2. So yeah, pretty much the version 2 is what we are doing now. So you probably, I don't know, don't know the HCAPTCHA, which is founded by the intuition machines. It's kind of opposite of what Google is doing. They are not, they don't have any text-based version. They only have like the image recognition, and they like sell the CAPTCHA space to different vendors. So if there is the company that is training the machine learning model, they pretty much register on the website, and they use the API to upload the images that their like AI is generating, and they are using the users to train the machine learning model. So sometimes you can see like the artificial generate images. Sometimes it's really crazy. You don't even recognize like what that is or what they are asking to you to do. But the main, the key point is that they are really focused on privacy and transparency, because a lot of countries are worried that Google is kind of breaking the GDPR. So in the European Union, they kind of tell you to be safe with the GDPR, use the H CAPTCHA. And because they are pretty much getting the money from the companies that they are trading the machine learning model, if you serve the CAPTCHAs, you are getting like the H CAPTCHA points, which pretty much means money. So if you have the website and you are serving the CAPTCHA and people are solving the CAPTCHA, you are getting small fee or small amount of money for every CAPTCHA solved. But it's pretty much like peanuts, so there is nothing. And I also include the turnstile from Cloudflare. It's really new. It was introduced just last year. But the main difference is that Cloudflare is really worried about terrible user experience. Because what these companies are doing is that they are using, like us, the regular users, to train their machine learning models. And you are pretty much working for them for free and helping them for free. So CAPTCHA, the Cloudflare they were using, in fact, the H CAPTCHA for past 2 or 3 years. Cloudflare was using the H CAPTCHA on their own website. But then they decide to invent their own version, and they are using pretty much the same thing that is in the web application firewall. So they run some small checks on the background, and fingerprint the browser, give you some task to computate, and then they decide if you are using the browser or not. So pretty much everything that these companies are doing, they are checking if you are human. But they benefit more from the reCAPTCHA or the CAPTCHA checks more than the operator of the website. So all of them, you can implement it for free. You can implement it really easily. I did implement all of them last week. It took me 15 minutes. There is one important part that they only allow you to ping the backend, do the API calls to the backend 1 million times per month. So if you are doing the pen test and you told the client, hi, I think that you should use the CAPTCHA, and they implement the CAPTCHA, you can pretty much just DDoS the CAPTCHA, and it will disable the website. Nobody will be able to log in. Nobody will be able to register. So it's really easy. Or if you have a lot of traffic to the website, it's really easy to get out of the quota, and the CAPTCHA will just disable and you are fucked. There is also the limit how many CAPTCHAs you can send to the backend per, not sure exactly if it's per minute or per second, I guess per second. And the limit is 5,000 requests per second. So you could still get the public CAPTCHA key from the website, start sending 5,000 requests per second, and disable the login. And then you need to pretty much go with the enterprise version and start paying for additional traffic. So your visitors or your users are pretty much working for them to train the model, and you are also paying them for that privilege. And also, if you are going the Google with the reCAPTCHA, they will offer you first month for free. So pretty much you register, they told you, hey, screw the reCAPTCHA version 2, go with the enterprise. There is free trial for first month. The problem with that is that even if you enter the credit card, you have the billing, you are still on the free tier, on the trial version. And if you don't change the trial version to paid version within the 1 month, you will get to the point that the trial will expire and the CAPTCHA will stop working on the website. So if you ever go with the Google and with the free trial, make sure to change the billing during that time. Don't wait in the end that they will change it for you. So yeah, this is really not good user experience. But So let's take a look at the CAPTCHA solving vendors. Because like every CAPTCHA implementation, the API, the implementation, everything is kind of the same. So it really doesn't matter which CAPTCHA you choose. And there is like a lot of different vendors that will help you solve the CAPTCHA. Like the main two players are probably the 2CAPTCHA.com and anti-CAPTCHA.com. They offer the same pricing, kinda. So to solve like 1,000 CAPTCHAs costs you like $2, which is really like nothing. And although the speed of the solving of the CAPTCHAs, they claim that they can solve the CAPTCHA in like 5 seconds. So really, I always struggle to do that. And what is interesting that the anti-CAPTCHA.com was like the domain and the service was founded the same year as the reCAPTCHA company started. So they are pretty much solving the reCAPTCHA since like the first month from the beginning. So I decided to explore more what the anti-CAPTCHA has to offer because they have like the best pricing, the best solving speed, and I wanted to know like how good they are in those claims. So not sure if you see the text, but if you register on the website, you will just see that you need to top up the balance, that you need to give them money to start operating. Then in the second step, they will show you the API key that you need to use. And pretty much on the last step, you can start solving the CAPTCHAs. So in order to fund the money, you have like plenty of different options. But if you go with the cryptocurrency, you get like 20% of the bonus. So I decided to go with the Bitcoin. They show you the Bitcoin address, you send like the Bitcoins to them. And what is interesting is that like everyone is waiting for at least 3 confirmation on the Bitcoin transaction. But they are waiting on just 1 confirmation. So pretty much you send some crypto and almost immediately get the email that, hey, we top up the balance, here is your bonus, and we are really thanking you and looking forward to do business with you. So it's really easy to start. Then when you have the balance, you have the App Center, and you can just download different applications. So you can download like the browser extension. Every time you see the CAPTCHA, it will solve the CAPTCHA for you. Or you have like the Python libraries or different scripts. So if you want to do like the credential stuffing, you pretty much just download the application, enter the URL, and that's it. Also, if you are looking for something specific, you can just upload like the job description and hire someone to do it for you. Or you can upload your resume, CV, and look for the job. Or you can just start selling your own tools as well. And yeah, there is a lot of like interesting info in there. And there is also the referral program. So you can like refer someone, and the first guy, he has like more than $3,000 just for referring user to start cracking the CAPTCHA. So if you start digging onto like the private Telegram forums or chat groups, there is like bunch of like a lot of fraudsters that are selling like the guides to like for the carding, right? So they sell you the guide how to start with the carding. They sell you a bunch of the credit cards, and they pretty much sell you the software and the guide how to start solving the CAPTCHAs and how to start doing like credential stuffing, logging into other people's accounts and using the credit cards. So they also have like really awesome customer support. So if you need any help, if you have any questions, you just contact them. They also have really awesome documentation. So there is like examples, there are libraries, there are like pre-written code. Probably not sure if you saw that, but you just send the request to the anti-CAPTCHA API to create the task. You send the URL of the website, where is the login, where is the CAPTCHA, and you send the public CAPTCHA key, which is in the JavaScript or in the same form. And you send the request to create the task. Then you wait 5 seconds because they claim that they can solve the CAPTCHA in 5 seconds. In the response, you get the task ID, and then after the 5 seconds, you send that task ID to the get task result endpoint. And if the response is ready, they will send you the Google CAPTCHA reCAPTCHA response, and you can use that in the request as CAPTCHA solved. If they are late, you just wait another 3 seconds and repeat the step to get the reCAPTCHA result. I can probably show you how it looks. So this is the base script. And I just send the request to solve the CAPTCHA for me. We wait like 5 seconds and see if they really are able to solve the CAPTCHA in 5 seconds.
Could you zoom in, maybe?
Oh, sorry?
Could you zoom in?
Oh, not sure how, really.
Control Shift plus?
Control Shift. Oh, nice. So yeah, you pretty much send the task, you wait 5 seconds, and yeah, they are not able to solve the CAPTCHA in 5 seconds. But you ask for the solution every 3 seconds. And it also depends how many workers are online and how many people are solving the CAPTCHAs. It also depends how much money you send them to top up the account. So I am like the new member there. I send just $5. They don't really care about me, so I have the lowest priority. But you can get in touch with the customer support and tell them I need to test something. I want to do credential stuffing and carding and so on, and they will change the speed for you, so you can start running the test. But yeah, we are waiting for I don't know more than.
Have you tried which time does it work best? When do they have the most of the workers online?
I mean, it really depends, but the best solution is to just send them I don't know, couple of thousands of dollars, and and you get the best data. But I mean, maybe someone, I don't know what they are doing, but we can check later. Because you don't know what, you can see the result there. So let's maybe just check. And if you can count with me, so it's 5. So it's I don't know, 40 seconds, maybe, less than 1 minute. And you get the reCAPTCHA result. You just use this value in the request, and you pass the CAPTCHA. So you might be wondering how it actually works and how they are solving the CAPTCHAs. And I was wondering too, because really I want to know what's going on. So I started looking how it works. Found this website, kolotibablo.com. It's pretty much, how you say it in English, it's the agency to find the work for people, pretty much. So I just registered with them that I am looking for a job. And interesting fact, they were founded the same year as the reCAPTCHA company. If you are working with them, you earn $2 every day. It's just hey, not that much. If you are working weekends, if you are working 21 days, 8 hours every day, on average you will earn $100, which is what, 2,000 Czech crowns? But I was digging into the API statistics, and the most people working for them are from Venezuela, Indonesia, India, Bangladesh, stuff like that. And $100 is a lot for them. So they are pretty much, this is the good work that they are doing, and the good position to be in. But also if you do a lot of mistakes, or if you if it takes you 1 minute to solve the CAPTCHA, you are not a good worker and you will get banned. So I started looking into LinkedIn, and in fact, there is like a lot of people that they have this as the job description, and they are actually proud of what they are doing. Like the job description usually is like data entry, typing job, or like, I don't know, clicking on something. But you see that people are leaving like companies to start working for them. And yeah, this is just crazy. But I guess, I don't know, good for them. So I started working for them too. And they are pretty much using the same front end and the same backend as the anti-CAPTCHA service. So you just see, I don't know, you see the statistics, how many CAPTCHAs you solved every day, how much money did you earn, and you can request the redraft like to get the money. You can see like top of the workers for the past 7 days. Not sure if the data are fake or not, but the top guy currently did earn like $55 per last week. So pretty much, if you are working really the whole day, maybe even the weekends, you get like what, $150, $200 per month. And also like if you are doing a lot of mistakes, or if you do any single mistake, you get the warning. They will show you what you did wrong. You pretty much have to click mark as read and acknowledge that you did something wrong, or you can pay the money to make the error disappear. And you are like making errors a lot. And if you do like a lot of errors in a row, you will get banned. But every time you solve reCAPTCHA version 2, you get reCAPTCHA point. And you can spend 2,000 reCAPTCHA points to unban yourself or members of your family, your friends. Or you can just contact the support and pay the money instead. So imagine the whole family in, like, I don't know, the Bangladesh, they are solving the CAPTCHAs every day. And then someone did the mistakes and they need to like pay for getting the account unbanned. Like crazy stuff. And also they have the referral program. Not sure if you saw, but the top guy did earn like close to $300 per month. So pretty much these referral like guys, they are earning twice as many than the people actually solving the CAPTCHAs. It is like crazy. You can just start looking on LinkedIn, like sending the DMs, hey, do you want to start working for us? So I was like confused how it actually works, how they are getting the workers, because imagine you are just sitting the whole day in the office solving CAPTCHAs. And the answer is influencers and YouTubers. There is like a lot of YouTubers, like if you count the number of followers, it goes in millions. And they are all recording videos like this is easy money, this is like easy work, this is a reputable company, you can work with them. And they are like, if they are using, not saying that everyone is using the referral link, but if they do, they earn more money than the people solving the CAPTCHAs. So let's see how it works, kinda. So this is like my working day, solving CAPTCHAs. So you pretty much just click on the button that you wanna start working. Like in the interface itself, like if you want to go to the toilet or go to the break, you just pause the shift and you can leave for some time. And you are just sitting there waiting for CAPTCHA to appear. And yeah, it can be a long day, no customers there. So pretty much this line there is the discount. So you can pretty much choose that, okay, so no CAPTCHA currently, like no job for me. So I will offer 50% discount. and you get shift in the priority, and you start getting more CAPTCHAs, but you are earning like nothing really. Or you can click the button that you only want to start solving reCAPTCHA versions 2 to get the reCAPTCHA points and maybe unban someone. So yeah, you are just sitting there like waiting for the job to appear. And yeah. Like imagine this is what you do 8 hours a day, every day. So I did like offer 50% discount because after like 20 seconds I was bored. And this is interesting. This is like the test CAPTCHA. So they know the answer. They tell you make sure it's uppercase. And you need to solve the CAPTCHA. And if you get it wrong, you get banned. And every once in a while they will show you this to like make you awake, and you have some sort of time to solve it. So hey, I did solve it right, and I did get the CAPTCHA to solve. And this is pretty much how it works. You get the reCAPTCHA version 2, you select some bicycles. It's like fresh browser, no cookies, no extensions, nothing. So Google is really checking me. And this is why it's taking so long, because imagine that I'm working for someone with that base script. They claim we can solve CAPTCHA in 5 seconds. But yeah, it's me there, and I did it wrong even. So I had to repeat the whole step. But yeah, it took me, I don't know how long, 10 seconds. And then you are just waiting for another CAPTCHA to appear. And yeah, if there like is no job for you, you get like another verification CAPTCHA. So you get the idea. Like the only thing the CAPTCHA generally or reCAPTCHA is doing is that they are verifying that the person or that who solved the CAPTCHA is human. And the service, they like, there are humans, they are like, on average, there is like 3,000 or 4,000 of workers online, and they are solving the CAPTCHAs. They prove to the Google that CAPTCHA was solved by human. And then the fraudsters, the credential stuffing guys, can use that response to start like brute forcing the login or do some registration, stuff like that. And Google really don't care, like, because they are training the machine learning models. They don't really care if it's your customer or if it's this customer training the model. They just want to train it. And even if you get like a lot of traffic, you need to start paying Google. So it's crazy that the CAPTCHA don't prevent pretty much anything. It costs you money, and it gives you like false promise of security. So I implemented like my own CAPTCHA. This is like reCAPTCHA version 2. I just get like the simple login and password. And yeah, so the CAPTCHA there, send the request to Barb Suite. And yeah, this is the base script that I showed you. And I'm just waiting for that reCAPTCHA response. And yeah, once I get the reCAPTCHA response, so you get the response, and you just copy the response, use this in the Barb Suite in the repeater, in the Google reCAPTCHA response field, and then you are getting invalid password, not invalid CAPTCHA anymore. So it's really easy to do it manually, to automate it. It costs pretty much nothing, like $2 for 1,000 CAPTCHA solved. Like obviously you can go with the enterprise model. They can offer some beneficial features. Like I don't know, we are checking the IPs of the guys like solving the CAPTCHAs, but the service, the anti-CAPTCHA, they also doing the service of the proxies. So if you are a reputable worker, they allow you to use the proxies. They have the extension that you can check the browser fingerprint, Like every couple of CAPTCHAs, you generate another fingerprint, another the user agent. There is also the button right here, like this button that clears the cookies or set the fake cookies for you. So pretty much they have covered everything. You just like if the CAPTCHA that you are solving is getting harder, you just reset the cookies, change the browser fingerprint, and continue working. So I had a friend recently ask me like, "Hey, can ChatGPT solve CAPTCHAs?" Because not sure if you remember, like I don't know, a month ago, there was a lot of buzzword that the ChatGPT, some plugin, they force some, I don't know, some person to type the CAPTCHA response for them. So the question is, can ChatGPT solve the reCAPTCHA version too? So what do you think? I mean, no, not yet. Like the ChatGPT is really dumb. So it can't solve the CAPTCHA, but it can do this. So I'm like, hey, ChatGPT, can you create Barb Suite extension in Python that will generate intruder payloads? And in the intruder, I want to use pitchfork attack with custom word list because I'm going to do credential stuffing. And the last payload set will be generated by this extension. The extension will send a request to anticaptcha.com to create the task, wait a bit, get the result. If there is the result, we will get the reCAPTCHA response, and we will set that reCAPTCHA response as the payload. I provide like the links to the documentation, provide the base script that I wrote, and ChatGPT is sure there, take the Barb Suite extension and test it. Just remember to change the API keys that are using. So I did change the API keys, and that is pretty much the only change that I made. So you are in the repeater, you send the request to the intruder. You are going to, I mean, at this point, we know the username or email. So we will be just enumerating the password and the reCAPTCHA response. So I highlighted the password, highlighted the reCAPTCHA response. And in the intruder, you need to use the pitchfork attack type to use like two sets of the payloads. When you have like the pitchfork, you just enter the word list with the passwords, or like one set is the list of the emails, the second set is list of the passwords. I'm not sure if you know, but if you load like the browser extension or the Barb Suite extension that ChatGPT just wrote, and then in the payload set, you just select that it will be extension generated. There is setting for that. So you select extension generated. You just select which extension will be invoked, which extension is generating the payloads. So I select like my extension. And then I want to extract like the error message to just see what is going on. And start the intruder. And now the intruder invoked the Barb Suite extension. Barb Suite extension contacted the anti-CAPTCHA API. And now we are waiting for the worker to solve the CAPTCHA. And like when the workers are solving the CAPTCHA, you are getting the response and it's sending the request using the intruder. So again, it's really slow because I just sent there like $5. But if you are like big customer or you need to start with something quickly, they will just bump the quota for you. And you can pretty much use the Barb Suite to solve the CAPTCHAs. So yeah, the ChatGPT can't solve the CAPTCHA, but it can it's really good in writing custom Barb Suite extensions. I recommend you to just look into that, and like anything you want to do, it's really good in doing so. So that's pretty much it. You can see the slides and the scripts, like the source code on my GitHub. And that's it. So thank you for your attention, and do you have any questions?
You said that the reCAPTCHA basically doesn't provide like anything for the backside because it's easily sellable,
Oh.
and they have to pay money for it. But I would argue that you quite like limit the number of requests per second, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So kind of like when it comes to brute force attacks, even if it takes you like 10 seconds to solve the CAPTCHA, it's pretty much like quite okay maybe for the money.
yeah, like the CAPTCHA is good solution. It works. Like if the attacker is not motivated, they won't do this. This is like proving that the motivated attacker can bypass the protection. But on most of the websites, the reCAPTCHA is doing its job. It's preventing the like script kiddies, the bots. It's slowing down the credential stuffing. And really, you don't like just implement the CAPTCHA. You need to do some sets of protection. Still, you need like the rate limiting. You still need like monitoring, alerting. You need to be able to detect the attacks happening and prevent them. So the CAPTCHA is just one piece of the puzzle. It's not that great, but the goal is to make it harder for the attackers to hit you. It's not like impossible to stop them from doing this, but you can make it like way harder. And if it's like hard enough, they don't want to waste time. They will just look for different target to attack. There is actually a lot of the Telegram groups, and like they are just telling you, hey, this website is not protected enough. There is just the config that you can use, and you can start attacking this website. So pretty much from the anti-CAPTCHA guys that you can download the software, you can join the Telegram group, and you can download config to specific website. So yeah, the CAPTCHA is still good, but you need to like step up with the protection and do some additional steps.
What parameters are actually checked by CAPTCHA? It's not public, right?
Yeah, kinda nobody knows. I sorry, like just I omitted the technical details, but nobody knows. It changes like a lot, or could change a lot. But really great question, because they are not checking the IP, or like they are not checking if one person doing the request actually solved the CAPTCHA. But the important part is that the reCAPTCHA response, that thing that generates and that you are using, it's valid for 2 minutes. So once you solve the CAPTCHA, the response is valid for 2 minutes, and anyone can use it to do the attack. And there is no like way how to shorten the time of the validation, because yeah, if you solve the CAPTCHA, you had like just 5 to 10 seconds to submit the button. There is like it will be harder to automate the whole flow. But yeah, the response is valid for 2 minutes, and you can do whatever you want with it. Oh yeah.
So for this type of attack, it's enough to have community version of work.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the workers are solving the CAPTCHA slowly than the limit in the community version. So you are good with that. But really, you can do just with the base script. You know, it's simple.
Is it like publicly known how the like new images for CAPTCHA are created, or is it like some automated process? How
Yeah.
do you create new images for CAPTCHAs?
Yeah, no idea. Like I kind of started with the research, like not that long ago, and still a lot of technical details are not public. So I kind of don't have idea technically how the reCAPTCHA works, where the images came from, how they like process them, or what exactly they are using them for. Try to Google a lot, but yeah, Google won't tell you how they are doing it. But Google is more than happy to serve the videos on the YouTube. So yeah, because like they are getting the money from the AdWords, they are getting the money spending time on the YouTube, and they don't care that they are showing you how to bypass their own product, because still it's about the money.
And are the like is it known if the images are repeating for different users?
I mean, there was a lot of rumors, mainly that if you are not using Google Chrome, if you are not logging in the browser, you don't have Gmail cookies, you are getting harder CAPTCHAs. But like nobody knows for sure, and I guess that it's changing a lot. But pretty much they are just switching to that invisible CAPTCHA, doing everything in the background. That is pretty much the same that the Cloudflare and the HCAPTCHA are doing. So we are looking at a great feature that imagine, I don't know, in a couple of years, we will not be solving the CAPTCHAs anymore, clicking on the images. That's pretty much what is getting obsolete. And nowadays, every website should have just the click on the button. They will verify with the JavaScript in the background if we are using browser and let you in. So hopefully we will get the end of like training the machine learning models and clicking on some Google Street View images. Oh, yeah.
Sorry if I missed that part, but how much did you actually earn?
Yeah, so let me check. So, sorry. Okay, so I did $0.0029 US. So it's like, I don't know, not even like nothing pretty much.
Do you think are you able to do some side hustle like mine the gold in the online games in the second box while doing the captchas?
I mean, you can use anti-CAPTCHA to solving CAPTCHAs on the 2CAPTCHA website. Because the pricing, like the difference in the pricing, you can earn some of the money. But like talking about side hustle, I don't know if you guys remember the Bitcoin faucet that you solve the CAPTCHA, you get a couple of Bitcoins. Like the main website that started with it was like, I don't know, bitcoinfaucet.com. Every time you solve the reCAPTCHA version 2, you got small fee of satoshis. And over the years, they distributed like 12,000 Bitcoins. And it was like, I don't know, like 6 years ago. So you can just spend $5, and it was more profitable than buying like the ASCII miner than the GPUs. Like you could use this service to pretty much get free Bitcoins, and you could get like hundreds of Bitcoins doing this. So, yeah.
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, I mean, sorry about that, but yeah, this was like not the best profitable way how to mine Bitcoins, and I mean the important part was that you had to sit on them like for like many years. All right, so any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. And, yeah.